Okay, so you were curious about AI's potential?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this article by Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic, it's like a shot of espresso for the brain, Machines of Loving Grace. Catchy title, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just hype.
Right.
He lays out this incredibly optimistic vision of the future, and it's got us thinking, what if he's right?
You know, what struck me right away is that Amodei isn't shying away from big, bold claims.
Right.
He doesn't just see AI making our lives a little easier.
Yeah.
He sees it fundamentally reshaping humanity's future.
Right, and that's what makes it so different from the usual AI doom and gloom.
Yeah.
He dives right in saying most people drastically underestimate the positive potential here.
Exactly, and he backs it up by pointing to 5 specific areas where AI could have a massive impact.
Okay.
Starting with, well, life itself, biology and health.
Okay, so imagine a world where we've cracked the code on most diseases, where lifespans are significantly longer. We're talking decades, potentially.
Wow.
Amodei thinks AI could make this happen, and not in some distant future, but within our lifetime. It's like that classic sci-fi trope of a compressed timeline suddenly feels very well real.
It makes you wonder what happens to our understanding of the world of ourselves when progress speeds up that dramatically.
Right.
It's not just about the advancements themselves, but the ripple effects on society, culture, everything.
And Amodei argues that AI isn't just going to give us better treatments, it's going to unlock entirely new tools and technologies, even more revolutionary than CRISPR or mRNA vaccines.
He uses the analogy of these discoveries being hidden in a vast library of knowledge.
Okay.
Right now we're kind of stumbling around in the dark, but AI could be the librarian that guides us directly to the most groundbreaking insights, the ones that could change everything.
And it's not just about fixing what's broken, right?
Right.
He talks about this idea of biological freedom, where we have much greater control over our own biology.
It's almost like the difference between repairing a car and designing one from scratch.
Yeah.
Amodei suggests a future where we might be able to influence things like body weight appearance, even aspects of our personality, through AI-powered interventions.
Okay, now that's where things start to feel really interesting, but also a little bit unnerving. I mean, the ethical considerations alone are enormous.
Yeah.
But let's stay with this idea of radical transformation for a moment. Amodei argues that AI's impact on mental health could be just as profound.
He sees AI as a key to unlocking the mysteries of the brain, helping us understand and treat conditions like depression and addiction, maybe even enhancing our cognitive abilities.
So we're not just talking about feeling better, we're talking about thinking differently, experiencing the world in entirely new ways.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing, to say the least. But I have to ask, even if all of this is possible, how do we ensure these advancements benefit everyone, not just a select few?
That's where Amodei's third point comes in economic development and poverty reduction. And he doesn't shy away from the potential downsides.
Yeah.
Acknowledging that AI could widen the gap between the haves and the have-nots. But he also sees a path where AI becomes a powerful tool for lifting people out of poverty.
Oh, okay. I'll admit, I'm a little skeptical.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as just airdropping AI-powered robots into developing nations, right?
Yeah.
What's his reasoning here?
Well, he points to the incredible progress we've already made with things like vaccines.
Okay.
Eradicating smallpox, nearly wiping out polio. Those were huge wins for global health. And he thinks AI could supercharge those efforts, especially when it comes to reaching remote or underserved communities.
Right. AI could help with everything from predicting outbreaks to personalizing treatments. But what about the bigger economic picture? How do we ensure everyone benefits from this AI-powered future, not just a select few?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amodei suggests that AI could play a role in advising on economic policy, potentially helping nations make smarter decisions about things like resource allocation and infrastructure.
So like having an AI economist on call 24/7.
An interesting thought experiment. He even uses the example of the East Asian tigers, countries like South Korea and Taiwan that experienced incredible economic growth in a short period. Could AI help replicate that success on a larger scale?
It's a compelling idea, but let's be real, corruption and weak institutions are huge obstacles to development. Can AI really address those systemic issues?
It's not a magic bullet, but Amodei argues that even tackling something like corruption could have a massive intelligence return.
Okay.
Imagine a system that can analyze mountains of data, spot patterns of fraud, and maybe even predict where it's likely to happen. That could be a game changer for accountability and transparency.
It's like giving investigative journalists superpowers. It makes you realize that AI's potential goes way beyond self-driving cars and personalized ads.
Right.
Amodei's talking about using it to tackle some of the oldest, most intractable problems humanity has ever faced.
And that leads us to his fourth area of impact, peace, and governance.
Okay.
This is where things get especially interesting, because AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
That's always the fear, right? That AI will be weaponized, leading to even more conflict and instability. Does Amodei offer any solutions to that very real concern?
He does, and it involves a bold, some might even say audacious proposal,
Okay.
a coalition strategy among democratic nations. Essentially, he's calling for a united front to ensure that the development and deployment of powerful AI is guided by democratic values.
So like a global alliance for responsible AI development, it sounds like something out of a sci-fi novel.
Maybe, but Amodei argues that this kind of coordination is crucial to prevent AI from being used for harmful purposes. He envisions this coalition not just as a defensive measure, but as a way to promote peace and cooperation on a global scale.
It's fascinating because he's essentially flipping the script on the traditional narrative of AI as a threat. He's saying, what if we use AI to create a more stable, more just world?
And that connects to his final point, work and meaning. If AI is going to reshape the world in such profound ways, what happens to our sense of purpose? What does it even mean to be human in an age where machines can do almost everything better than we can?
It's that classic sci-fi question, right? If robots can do everything, what's left for us? Are we all destined to become poets and philosophers while the machines handle the heavy lifting?
Amodei actually touches on that. He brings up this idea that a lot of us don't find our current jobs particularly fulfilling.
Right,
We do them out of necessity.
right.
So maybe this whole AI revolution is a chance to rethink work altogether.
Okay, now we're getting into some truly radical territory, rethinking work itself. What does that even look like?
That's where things get really speculative. And Amodei admits he doesn't have all the answers,
Sure.
but he suggests that we might need to reconsider fundamental concepts like wealth resource allocation, maybe even explore ideas like a universal basic income.
Universal basic income, that's been a hot topic for a while now, but AI could actually make it a reality.
It's a possibility he throws out there, but he's also careful to point out that there are no easy solutions. Right. It's about being open to new ideas, being willing to experiment and adapt as we navigate this uncharted territory.
And that's where this article from the Chinese publication Phoenix Network really caught my eye.
Okay.
It's titled Anthropic CEO's Long Essay. AI will eventually become a machine of love. And it highlights something crucial about Amodei's vision, the importance of global access.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of these technological leaps and forget that not everyone is starting from the same place.
Yeah.
Amodei emphasizes that we need to be intentional about ensuring that the benefits of AI reach everyone, not just those in wealthy nations.
Absolutely. And the article shares this great anecdote about Amodei's former colleague, Catherine Olson,
Yeah.
who recalls how he was already deep into thinking about AI's long-term implications, while others were still trying to grasp the basics.
Wow.
It seems like he's been preparing for this moment for a long time.
It shows in his writing there's a depth and nuance that comes from grappling with these issues for years, not just jumping on the latest AI bandwagon.
Right.
And he doesn't shy away from big, even utopian ideas.
Right.
He mentions Iain M. Banks's culture novels, which depict a post-scarcity society where AI solves humanity's problems.
It's like he's saying, hey, what if we dared to imagine a truly optimistic future, one where AI helps us create a world free from poverty, disease, and war? Is that really so crazy?
And maybe that's the most important takeaway from Amodei's vision, a call to reclaim our sense of optimism,
Yeah.
to believe that a better future is possible, but only if we're willing to think big, to act boldly, and to never stop asking those tough questions.
It's a powerful message and one that resonates deeply with what we're trying to do here on the Deep Dive.
Yeah.
It's not just about understanding AI, it's about understanding ourselves, our potential, and the choices we make in the face of extraordinary change.
Because ultimately, the question isn't just, can AI make the world a better place, but will we rise to the challenge and make it so?
And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder those very questions. This has been quite the deep dive, and we hope you found it as thought-provoking as we have. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and always keep learning.